All right, back to talking about Young Guns 2. So I was talking about the historical, I guess, where the Young Guns movies were taking artistic license, where they were not telling things how they actually happened in history. So this was the part where so Charlie Bowdry actually got killed at Stinking Springs, not at the McSween house. Charlie Bowdry. So they changed things up a little in the Young Guns movies. Doc got killed at the Stinking Springs in the movie. And also another thing that I read a long time ago, uh, the another historical inaccuracy in the Young Guns movie. Uh, Billy and the regulators, they go up to the second floor of the McSween house, and that's when he escapes by he was in a chest, and the chest was thrown out the window from the second story. It actually falls onto it, tumbles down like a uh, I guess like a roof. So actually, historically, um, the McSween house, the actual real McSween house, was only a one-story building, so it didn't have a second story, so that couldn't have actually really happened. So, uh, I guess they wanted to write that into the movie, in the first Young Guns movie, to make it more exciting, I guess, but just wasn't historically accurate. Okay, so then Hendry gets wounded. So this is back at Stinking Springs, that scene in the movie. Hendry gets wounded as he's escaping, and Chavez gets shot real bad. But they get away. So Billy gets captured at Stinking Springs by Pat, Poe, and the other men. And then in the courtroom, the judge declares that Billy will be hanged by the neck till he be dead, dead, dead. Now do you have anything to say, young man? And Billy says, yes, Your Honor, I do. You can go to hell, hell, hell. And he laughs. So that's kind of a funny moment in the movie. That actually, I read that's a true event. That actually happened. That was a historical, true thing there. That wasn't just made up for the movie. All right. And then later, Bob Olinger, which is one of the deputies in Lincoln, he tells Billy that because Billy's he's in a building. Is it a hotel? He's being guarded by the deputies in handcuffs. Okay, so Bob Olinger, one of the deputies, tells Billy that he put 18 dimes in each barrel of his rifle or shotgun. Uh, Billy's left guarded by just Deputy Bell. And then Jean Greathouse comes to see Billy. She passes a note to Billy. I think it was hidden in it was a pouch with tobacco. It looked like tobacco, but I never saw Billy smoke in the movie. Unless it was like dried meat. So in there was hidden a note that says the word outhouse. So then, later, Deputy Bell takes Billy out to the outhouse, And then on the way back up the stairs, Billy turns to Belle, Deputy Belle, and says, "Yoo-hoo, Belle. Yoo-hoo, Belle. I'll make you famous." So in the outhouse was hidden a gun. So Billy has a gun. So he turns this gun on Deputy Belle. So he's at the top. Billy is at the top of the stairs, and Belle is lower down on the stairs. And he says, "Yoo-hoo, Belle, I'll make you famous." And he draws this gun on Deputy Belle. Billy does. Then Deputy Belle is raising his rifle, and Billy tells Deputy Belle, "Don't do it, Belle. Belle, come on, don't do it. I ain't kidding." So he's warning him. Belle's about to fire. He's about to shoot Billy, but Billy kills him first. He didn't want to do it, but he did to save himself because he was going to get shot. But I guess from Deputy Belle's perspective, he was doing his job. And then Billy goes to the window and sees Bob Olinger. Billy yells, "Hello, Bob." He shoots Bob with the rifle that Bob had put the dimes in. And then Billy says, "Goodbye, Bob." Then he says, "Best $1.80 I ever spent," and laughs because it had the dimes in it. He shot him with dimes. Killed by money. When Billy gets the keys to unlock his cuffs from Belle's body, he uses Belle's blood and writes Garrett's place on the wall by the stairway. So that's a callback to when Pat Garrett said he wanted to open up a restaurant. Pat wanted to have take over Beaver's place and have a restaurant and call it Garrett's Place. So that's what that was referring to. All right, so then Billy rides out of town yelling, "Quit napping on the job, Bob." Okay, so then later, Dave makes it to Mexico. He sees a couple Mexicans sitting against a wall and says, "Is this old Mexico here?" One of them nods. Dave's relieved and happy. He says, "I made it." "Well, you do know who I am, don't you? Arkansas Dave Rudabaugh." "You know my name?" They both look up and look at each other. One of them nods. Dave happily says, "They know my name." And then one of the Mexicans brings out a huge knife. And I think he was like going like that on the edge of the blade, I guess, to test its sharpness. And then the camera cuts to a different scene. Okay, so then later, Chavez and Hendry make it back to Beaver's place. Uh, and then a gun from behind Chavez points at his head. And then we find out that it's Billy. Hendry says, "You're not dead." Billy says, "Do I look dead?" and laughs. "You should have seen the short work I made of Bob Olinger. Spread him out like Tularosa." And Billy laughs and he goes, so Billy laughs at that. Billy wants to go to Canada, but Chavez says he's staying. Billy says, "You stay here and Garrett will take you." Chavez says, "Garrett already took me." Billy asks, "When?" Chavez says, "When he took Doc." Billy pulls Chavez's coat open and sees Chavez's bullet wound in the belly. Billy says, "That's a bad shot, Chavez." "A man gets shot like that and it's..." Chavez says, "It's over. It's over." Billy says, "It ain't supposed to be you sitting there like that. It's supposed to be me." Chavez gets up and walks out the door. And then Billy says, "Chavez, Chavez." Chavez keeps walking. He walks through a cemetery, and then later he falls down and dies. We see a horse running by, and I guess that's the spirit horse. This is, earlier in the movie, Chavez had talked about. I guess it kind of like he was trying to comfort Doc when they were in the pit in Lincoln at the start of the movie. Uh, Chavez was saying that the when you're hung, when you're hanging, when you when you die from being hung, the spirit horse will come to you, I guess. So we see the spirit horse riding across the dark screen when Chavez dies. So that's sad.